Call the school board District 721 meeting to order. Everyone is present except for Tammy. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible.
Don't have anyone here for the open forum, so I'd like to ask for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Can I have a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I got a question. On the hirings, Mr. Detberger, we have some unique cases because of lack of, are all our I's dotted and all our T's crossed?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
It's we've got a number of long-term leaves right now, and we've got one teacher we replaced. We're going for a variance for an expert on that, and that's in Spanish. And then we've had to recruit a few teachers, retired teachers, to fill in some long-term subs. We've had no applicants for the position, so it's tough right now with the job market and stuff, for especially on long-term leaves right now, when you have maternity leaves or stuff like that, to be able to fill in.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Policy?
Yes, we're going to meet September 10th. Will be the first meeting from the one when we resumed. We'll resume September 10th.
Anything from Southwest Metro?
Yes. The one highlight of the meeting was that on the 16th of September, member boards and staff that are interested could join a Southwest Metro bus tour. And the bus tour will take staff members from the member districts around to the different buildings and show them the different programs that are happening in those buildings. So if anybody from this board or any other administrator, Tim, would like to join on the 16th of September for the bus tour, they just have to contact Southwest Metro and sign up for it. It begins at 8:45 and goes until 12:30 p.m. Okay.
Thanks.
And other than that, it was just a regular meeting, nothing that was too earth-shattering.
Okay. Any CPAC?
No CPAC meeting yet.
Anything for community ed, Don?
Yes, first of all, I'm passing out a flyer from, or a summary from the other Janelle. And if you go through, it's got the numbers in it, so again, you can't argue with the numbers. Community ed had 372 activities, classes, or camps for preschool all the way through the older ones. 4,500 approximately participants, and the rest of them are down, written there also. I'm not going to read them all. You can all read. In the middle, you can see that we have 189 involved in No Boomer Summer Kids Company, which is a lot of people floating around, which is very necessary, I guess. Then at the bottom is the summary for what we're going to do in the next month or so. I think that Sherry and I had this on our website, but I'm not sure if any of the rest of you did. So this is from Janelle.
Okay, thank you. Superintendent reports.
Yeah, I just want to give you an update. First off, the stadium work pace is picking up. We've got, I think, first we have a doubleheader on September 4th for soccer, so we're crossing our fingers there that's ready then, and then the football game to follow on Friday, September 5th. But if you drive by there, you can see the scoreboard is up. The turf has all been laid now. Basically what they're doing now is putting the rubber and sand. They're sweeping that in. That takes about 4 to 5 days to do, so at the end of this week, the turf will be completely done. The track has been paved, including the runways for the triple jump, long jump, that type of thing. A lot what's going on right now is electrical, and then the landscaping around the concession stand and just the drainage part there. So they hope to have all that, pretty much done by the end of this week, early into next week. And like I said, our hope is September 4th that everything will be completely done. So
Is there sod going in on that hill? Anywhere where they're redoing the paths there?
there's what?
Is there sod? Are there,
Yep, there'll be.
so they're
yeah.
just going to kind of have to fence it off for those first?
Yep,
couple
and
days?
we have a local landscaper that'll be doing the work there. And then we've got fencing going, they're working on the fencing right now too. We'll have an 8-foot high fence going around the perimeter, and then a shorter fence going around the interior of the game field and track. So it's going pretty good right now. We have to obviously continue to have good weather, but probably the big thing right now is the electrical work going on right now. It's going to take some work.
When do you make the decision? When will you know for Friday and Thursday?
I think next Monday.
Monday,
We
what
have
decision,
weekly
one way or another?
weekly meetings. Craig Molist, our Buildings and Grounds Director, he's confident we'll be fine.
Because if it's not ready, you almost have to get it out there
Yeah,
on Tuesday. that
and
they're
Brad
playing this week.
Skogerbo is already, our activities director, Brad Skogerbo, has been in contact with neighboring school districts and colleges about the possibility if that need be. I'd say a couple weeks ago we were a lot more nervous. I think we're a lot more confident going into this next week that it will be completed on time. The one thing that won't be done right now is the track, the surface, the polyurethane, the rubber surface that goes on and the lines and all that. Once the asphalt's laid, it has to take 30 days before you can put the rubber on. So I think it's either September 25th or September 26th is the date that will begin. So you can't, we have to wait on that. So that won't be done. I think we're going to hold off on, we're going to have a little celebration or whatever, a program. Probably it's going to be on that homecoming Friday. I think it's October 4th or 3rd is when we're going to have the sort of the grand opening of the whole stadium, because we want the track to be done before we do that.
How are we sitting as far as budget for the project?
We're in good shape still, and there hasn't been any things that we've had to redo or, add to the expenses.
No
of the
surprises?
No, not really. It's been going very well in that respect. So that's the stadium.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Don.
There's a bunch laying around extra. Can we just put that on the hill and we don't have to sod?
You can bring it home and put it on there. There are samples that we do keep, but that's a good question, because that question has come up, Don. They've asked Brad, he's been getting a few calls. There's stuff in the dumpster, you can have the turf there, but we do keep samples in case there's, down the road, if there's any damages or if there's any tears in the turf, stuff like that. Obviously, we're going to keep some of that, but part of the people were surprised, I guess, and how it's done, because they come out and lay the whole turf, and then, we have New Prague in one end zone, the letters New Prague in one end zone, we have Trojans in the other, we have a big NP in the middle of the field. All that stuff gets cut out, and then the colors are put in that way. So it's sewn in, so it's a little bit different. It's sort of interesting how it's done. It's not like it's painted on or anything like that. So
I was just going to ask too, when are we going to initiate the brick wall?
the wall monument that we're going to have, I think the foundation goes in this week for that. And again, we're going with a local contractor to do that work. I'm not sure the end date when that will be, but it'll probably be, the next couple weeks that will be done. It won't be done, I'm sure, by the first home game, but you'll start seeing it take shape by that game.
Have you decided if you're putting the bricks in to start, or just as line by line?
I think we're going to, the bricks, we've decided, talking to the people who have done it at other schools, is the bricks will be engraved at an outside place when we get names and donations in, and then they'll be placed into the monument. Okay, so we're not going to have the bricks in there. But as, you know, we get a list of 50, the first 50 people by a certain date, then we'll get those bricks engraved and put into the monument.
Has it ever had it where they had plates put on there? Instead of engraving it, like a plate? That you can have walls-
I'm sure there has been. The one that the research we've done, the way we're doing it with the engraving, I think is the best way to go. Anything else at the stadium? That's a hot topic. Let's go to a hotter topic, Facilities Task Force. I met with Von Dirks from Old Architect and Pat Overend from ICS Consulting last week, and they're going to help co-facilitate our Facility Task Force. If you remember, starting September 10th, we'll be having 6 meetings, basically every other Wednesday from September through November. We'll be meeting. We have a Facilities Task Force. We have 31 members on this task force. I think it's an outstanding group of New Prague Area School District citizens, and a letter has been sent to them. We'll be sending out an agenda to the committee members probably next week, and we got everything planned out there. So we're really looking forward to that. Like we've planned from the very beginning, too, the city of New Prague will be part of the meeting participation, along with we've also invited and will be sent minutes to the people from the city administrators from Elko, Newmarket, and Lonsdale. So really trying to involve everyone there in the process and making sure everyone has a voice during this process.
Is it possible to look back at the last one we did and do a summary of what came out of it and what we actually accomplished from it to show these people that these
Yep.
things something does come from them?
Yeah, I think that's going to come in the second meeting that will probably take place. The first agenda on the first meeting, a lot of it is introductions, whatever, and right away, what they want to do with the process is start getting some opinions and just feelings out there right away before we start presenting the facts. But when we start presenting information, whether it's a demographic survey, we go back to the strategic plan, what's been done then, the current analysis of our facilities right now, that will start up more probably in the second meeting. Like I said, the first meeting will be introduction and basically get a feel of where the representatives from our communities are at right now.
Okay, good, because that way they won't feel like they're wasting their time, that something actually does happen at these.
Yep.
these
And
meetings.
like you said, from the 2008, we definitely, obviously the purchase of school property from Mrs. Borkowski and reshaping the fields there in the parking lot along with the stadium are two of the big things that came from that last thing. But there's obviously things that came from that 2008 that are still sitting there that, Von Dirks from Old Architect he'll have that information, be able to present
But
that.
he was the person that facilitated last time.
Yeah, Von Dirks was the person that facilitated last time. The thing that changed is the big difference from last time to this time is we got Pat Overend, who's a construction specialist, and I think it'll be a good balance, different perspectives, an architect and a construction person, both co-facilitating this, and I think it will be just being able to answer questions and give that different perspective on things I think will be important and balance things out.
And I just wanted to say Wold constructed the elementary, Raven Stream, and Eagleview. Is that right, the architects?
KKE.
Okay.
Will did the high school.
The high school, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So anyway, that's going to be a big project of ours, and it'll come to the school board, the recommendation probably, I'd say in late November, early December at that meeting there. The other update, just want to give you, we've got, the teachers, staff came back to school today and Monday for their workshop. This Wednesday, August 27th, is a welcome back celebration, and obviously I encourage all of you to attend. We've got the breakfast social from 7:30 to 8 with the program to follow. It'll be from 8 to 9, and we're really looking forward to having a great kickoff to the year. Just a couple other things, some good news. We had the Chromebook distribution process took place at 9th grade orientation, and we had last Wednesday from 8 to 3. We also gave out Chromebooks to kids from all grade levels. In fact, tonight during the senior high open house, they'll be distributing Chromebooks. But it's gone very smoothly. We've distributed over 1,000 Chromebooks already, and I can't say what what a great job, how good it's gone. Greg Pent and Sean Brandt, Tony Boothie have done a wonderful job coordinating this process, and it's gone very smoothly. The other thing, good news, is enrollment numbers continue to look good. As school board, I sent you out last week that our district enrollment was 3,949, which is up from 3,860 from last year. In fact, since that's happened, or since I sent that on Friday, we've got 9 new students today. So we do not know the drops, but there definitely will be drops. So, we might be up 100, but we, like Sandy has told you, we usually decrease in attendance from the beginning of the year by 35, but we should be above the projected numbers. And again, we want to take a very conservative approach. Sandy was, like we talked about the last meeting, right on last year on the numbers, and her projection is up 20 this year. So we feel very good about the increased enrollment, but we're sure that it will level off some and not be that high. But overall, I feel very good about our class sizes too at the elementary and secondary levels. So that's where we're at with enrollment. So a lot of good things with that. That's all I have.
Okay. Next on the agenda, the Minnesota School Food Buying Group.
Good evening. Stephanie Stromey was here during the July board meeting, and she introduced this concept, and we'd like to bring it for approval tonight. The Minnesota School Food Buying Group is a group of districts in Minnesota that have band together to negotiate lower food prices. The cost to join the program is $800, and Stephanie just looked at one distributor, just some of the products that we purchased from that one distributor, and the savings would be over $3,000. So I think it's a very, very good idea to do, and just asking for your approval to do that, and we would join effective today.
So I'd like a motion to approve joining this distribution
I'll
group.
make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
I think it's a good idea.
Sounds like a good plan. Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Next, we have an amendment to the 2014-15 high school handbook. That is, the 2 pages are in board docs to go over.
Can I just speak about this? It's the academic integrity policy at the high school, and they have changed it after discussion with the teachers and administration. If there is a behavioral infraction, I believe it's a behavioral infraction violation of this academic policy, the maximum grade that will be earned will be 70%. So instead of, they can do alternative work and be able to get up to 70% instead of if there is an infraction that it's a total F and there isn't a chance for a student to make it up. They decided they think it's a learning experience and it's a behavioral thing, and they want to use it as an instructive way. So that's the change in that policy.
That just came about over the summer that they wanted to update that?
Yeah, I think it came. I think it came near at the end of the school year, and then they had more discussion in June here, and that's what Mr. Seifert's recommendation is.
Okay.
And it was collaborative too, I believe, with obviously the teacher.
Can I have a motion to approve the amendment to the high school student handbook?
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Finally, we have approval of grants from the New Prague Area Education Foundation for this month. They have 3 grants that they would like to award. One to Ravenstream, over $2,500 for kindergarten and first grade math literature. One for Falcon Ridge, for assessment kits, for reading books, for $1,650, and one for Ravenstream for reading comprehension skills for $1,950. So a total of $6,114 in grants from the Education Foundation.
looks like they're giving some pretty good-sized grants already. I mean,
Yeah.
It seems to me they start out smaller, which indicates they're doing what the foundation is growing, obviously.
Yep.
Which is good.
It definitely is. I think this year we're going to they're pretty confident we'll take another step in the right direction, continue to be more supportive.
So can I have a motion to approve
So moved.
Second?
any further?
I have a question. Do we do them separately or all at once?
All at once. Since we're kind of doing them every month or every other month, they're just granting them as they come in now.
Fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Who wants to make the motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.